For mid-range, I guess the last deck was.
We saw Cobblade, I guess, which is kind of control.
Yeah.
But now it's got Blade Splicers and Mirror Crusaders and stuff.
Hero Bundles. We didn't really see that deck for that long, too. It kind of just got validated.
All right, here we go.
Oh, we got a good one.
Oh, I'm excited to watch this.
This round?
Andrew Benser at Benser. Table 5, Alian Trazi against Brisbane.
So this round, we have Andrew Gould versus Caleb Durward. Caleb, we know, is playing the Pure Steel Paladin deck.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see this in action.
I believe he's probably 4-1 at this point, because I saw him at the expert tables earlier, I think.
Okay.
So, well, let's see how this goes.
Gould and Callum Durward
So,
at Jace.
Michael
Gould, not Andrew.
Sorry, Michael Gould and
Caleb Durward.
Caleb Durward, yeah. And so, for those who don't know how the Pure Steel Paladin deck works, basically, you hit Metalcraft really quickly with equipment,
yes.
and then everything equips for free. If you have Pure Steel Paladin out, everything will equip for free, plus all your equipment's cantrip. Your creatures get gigantic. You can protect them really easily. If you have Kemba Car Regent in play, you get a million 2/2 cat tokens.
And the creatures are all equipment. They're all living weapons mostly. So you cantrip all your creatures, and then your equipment also carries your other equipment. And, you know, just a lot of very cool synergies.
And do we know if Caleb has the boots or not?
Let's see.
Here we go. Oh, wow, pretty cool. So we have Exarch Twin versus this Pure Steel Paladin deck. Let's see what tools Caleb's got going on here.
Caleb still has the Accorder Shield. He has Mortar Pod. So he's got Trinket Mages. So his Trinket Mage package is Accorder Shield, Silbuck Lightstaff, Basilisk Collar, and 3 Flayer Husks, and 2 Mox Opals. He has Mortar Pod, 2 War and Peace, 2 Feast and Famines, a Body of Mine, Preordains, Dispatch. His creatures are a Glinthawk, 2 main deck Core Firewalkers.
Oh, wow.
2 Etch Champions, 4 Pure Steel Paladins. He has 23 lands. He's down to 2 Celestial Connods. The coming to play tap was a little obnoxious trying to do stuff.
Sure.
And his sideboards, Spellskite, Core Firewalker, more swords to fix out whichever ones you want, Dismember, Flasheries in the game.
Wow. Yeah, main deck Core Firewalker, that's pretty gutsy.
It's, maybe he needs it.
I mean, expected a lot of red today, I imagine, right? So, good card to have.
This is spicy.
Yeah, on the other hand, so we have Blue-Red Twin, and now most of it's pretty traditional. You see all the things you'd expect. He's got 4 main deck spreading seas, which I guess, that's a Michael Flores.
Yeah.
That's a Michael Flores
Instead
thing.
of Gataxian Probe, marginal utility cantrip, same thing. You got Mana Leak, you got Ponder, Preordain, Splinter Twin, some Spellskite, a Wormcoil, Deceiver Exarch.
But and you have a Treasure Mage.
You have this Treasure Mage. It gets your Wormcoil engine, right?
Or Mindslaver.
Just one. Just one Mindslaver.
One Mindslaver. Now, Caleb says this matchup is really favorable for him.
I don't know about that.
If the 4 dispatches are certainly good.
Yeah. And then out of the board, he has Flasheries, Dismember, Negate, really, and Spellskite. But I'm used to this combo deck putting up a bit more of a fight, a bit more.
I agree.
Hate for your hate, and I really don't see it ending this way.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Caleb can win.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be close.
It'll be an interesting one to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this play out. Once again, this is a deck we haven't really seen any of today, and it's only been played by a couple people. Here's Caleb playing it.
Yeah. I believe it's him and 2 others. Nate Pease had a feature match earlier today, I believe.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So it might have been a covered feature match. You might be able to find coverage online if you go to StarCityGames.com. Check out the coverage right now. If not, you're going to see it in action here in just a few moments. And I'm excited to see this in action.
Quick look around you. We are looking for a plastic deck box, light green plastic deck box. If you find one nearby,
so what does he have to fight the blue-red deck? He's got 4 dispatches.
Thank you.
And
there's no twisted images to go with the Mortar Pod, so
Michael Jacob would disapprove. Yeah, all he has is those 4 dispatches. Otherwise, he has no way of interacting with the combo, aside from, Feast and Famine, obviously.
Yeah, it's not really great. It's not the best interaction. Just tap down your guy, keep going.
Yeah, I don't think game 1 is favorable for Caleb.
No, he says just dispatch. Maybe thinks he can get a bunch of Mortar Pod. Like, you can No, it's all sorcery. No, I have no idea.
Man. Weird. Caleb says this is highly favorable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to be curious how he plays this. I'm also kind of curious how fast this deck is. So, for those of you just joining us, I'm Gavin Verhey here with Ari Lax at the Star City Games Open Series in Cincinnati. On your left is Caleb Durward playing his blue-white Pure Steel Paladin deck. Pretty exciting to see it. He's 4-1 currently. On your right is Michael Gould playing a Splinter Twin combo with a small Treasure Mage package. It's kind of spicy.
A small Mindslaver package.
Mindslaver seems pretty sweet.
He's actually just playing this Worm Pearl engine, so we can justify playing the Mindslaver on the Treasure Mage.
I'm pretty sure. He's like, well, I need at least 2 targets, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think Caleb's deck's reasonably fast, but the problem is I think if you don't have that Pure Steel Paladin, I don't really know how your deck's gonna function.
yeah, I agree.
Michael's considering his hand. He's keeping. Michael presumably on the play, looking at his hand first. Caleb also keeping.
All right, there we go.
Michael leads off on Halimar Depths, seeing Ponder, Island, and Spellskite.
All right. Think he's going to keep this?
It's Halimar Depths.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Used to the pondering.
Yes. Caleb leads off on Seachrome Coast into a Flare Husk.
All right, so Flare Husk comes down for Caleb Durward. And Michael, and now the jig is up. Michael knows what he's up against.
Presumably, it could be anything.
Just could be white, blue, red, Kuldotha red.
Yeah. Kuldotha White.
American Kuldotha red. Yeah, Kuldotha white, sure.
So this is the Ponder.
All right, here's
so
the
is
Ponder.
he going to keep these?
Yeah. Looks like land, Spellskite.
Probably. Looks like he has a Jace in his hand. I think he's gonna send those back.
Okay. So yeah, I think he's probably wants something that can fight a more aggressive start.
Yeah, maybe something that combos. He looks like he's got a Jace, a Mana Leak, another Ponder. So he draws a Scalding Tarn. There's an Island. And ponders away. Sees Spreading Seas, Scalding Tarn, and I believe that's a Tectonic Edge. Probably going to ship this one away too.
Alright. So shuffles with this ponder. And see what he finds. Have we gotten a good glimpse at Mike's hand yet? He said there was Jace.
Island, Scalding Tarn, Mana Leak, Worm Coil Engine, Jace, and whatever card he just drew.
Alright.
Which looks like a Deceiver Exarch.
So I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to draw, and it looks like he just needs to assemble his combo at this point. Yeah. I mean, he knows Caleb probably doesn't have many ways of interacting with him. So
Flare Husk gets in there for one, putting Mike to 19.
A ripe 19. Let's see if there's a Pure Steel Paladin here for Caleb Durward.
EDH pod number 8.
Doesn't look like it.
No. Would be down if he had it.
Pod number 8.
Looks like there's a sort of War and Peace that Caleb might be planning for.
Okay.
It's
he
passes
the turn. Wow. And now Caleb does not have any counter magic in his deck. Obviously, Mike doesn't know that, but
Yeah.
all right. So Mike's gonna crack this fetch land, shuffle away the cards on top.
Going to 18.
And finds a mountain. And now he's got Deceiver Exarch in his hand, so he could potentially Exarch next turn. You could just go for a Jace this turn too. Try and see it draw a counterspell if Caleb has one. Go up a card.
Mm-hmm. That's a Jace Balerion.
Yep, Jace would be.
Gonna go down to 2 cards, or 2 counters and draw a card. Caleb looks like he has a Trinket Mage, some lands, Sword of War and Peace. Plays a Glacial Fortress, an X Champion,
Okay, champion down.
Mox Opal,
Okay, that'll turn on the Metalcraft, so Etch Champion now has protection from everything. Mox Opal now taps for mana.
Just all colors, not everything.
Oh, sorry.
Not that Worm Coil engine. That's really important in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
So, was that an attack at Michael?
That was an attack at Michael.
Not Jace.
Caleb's like, nah, I would have attacked Jace there, but
Yeah, can't have the fear, I guess.
Caleb thinks every point is relevant. He knows that it is a race.
Jace goes down to 1 to draw another card for Michael.
But in a race where your opponent is trying to draw their combo, I feel like keeping them off their card draw is pretty important.
Michael's gonna ponder.
Okay.
Sees, looks like a ponder and some lands.
Is that a Jace? Thought that might have been Jace.
Might have been Jace.
Regardless, doesn't
Not a
want
fan.
it. Wouldn't give that one either way.
Yeah.
So shuffles those away. Gonna pick up a brand new card off the top. Ponder's not being so kind to Michael Gould this game.
Or being extremely kind and letting him shuffle every time instead of giving this decision of 1 bad card,
Yeah.
2 good cards.
It's true. Sometimes the best gift is not having to know.
Looks like he drew a spell spin off of that.
All right.
He's gonna pass the turn, leaving up to Seaver
I think he's got 2 Exarchs in his
Yes,
hand
he
now.
does. Caleb draws.
All right. So now, what do you do if you're Caleb here?
He's got a Trinket Mage and a War and Peace. I don't think he can reliably play this War and Peace. So, looks like, yep, he agrees. He's gonna play this Trinket Mage.
All right. Trinket Mage comes down.
And I can see that easily getting probably gonna get another Flare Husk. Just get more beats on board.
Yeah. I mean, so he's gonna be able to attack. He's gonna have 5 power. Still, he's just cold if Mike has the combo though.
I mean, it's just good old Ambassador Oak, right? That's that guy?
Ambassador Oak is 3/3 plus a 1/1.
Yeah, not a 2/2 plus a 1/1.
Yeah, but it's close enough. Good old Moose and Squirrel,
Yeah.
as it was. Huh. Except this guy's an equipment.
Okay. So he plays the Flare Husk.
All right, so Flare Husk comes down and serves in.
As
Okay.
champion at Jace and Flare Husk at Michael.
And down's going to come Deceiver Exarch to eat that Flare Husk alive.
Yep. Presumably tapping down Trinket Mage.
Okay. So the Flare Husk, Germ Token rather. Germ Token goes away. Flare Husk still in fine shape. The Germ drops the equipment to the ground, free for.
Someone else to pick up.
Yep.
Caleb plays his land for the turn, a Glacial Fortress. Looks like his hand is 2 Colonnades and a War and Peace.
All right.
Michael might just be going straight for this Worm Coil engine this game, but we'll see.
All right.
Spellskite hits the table.
All right. That'll do a good job of drawing any straightest members of dispatches away.
Yep. And just another island. Michael's probably gonna. He might just hold on to this other Deceiver Exarch so he can get to double red.
Yeah.
Because it's 3 mana for Deceiver Exarch, float 1 off the mountain,
Untap
6
the
mana
mountain.
makes double red.
Yep. Tricky way to do it, but it
But,
works.
Does in fact work.
And with the Spellskite in play, that gives him a nice layer of protection. Especially because we know Caleb has no counter magic. Michael doesn't, but if he suspects that, it might work out pretty well in his favor. Now Caleb deciding what he's going to do.
He's probably going to wait a turn so he can play. Oh, he drew a land, so he's just going to play this sword into the mana leak mana. I think Michael's probably best off mana leaking this right here. Just
Yeah, slow things down, right?
slow things down, force the time walk.
Can't equip Flare Husk this turn.
Yeah.
I like to play.
And
Also means that if you draw Splinter Twin.
and he also next turn can yep. There we go, tapping him right on out. And looks like it's time for Caleb to serve with everybody.
Yeah. Time to get in with the 2-man crew or 3-man crew.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean he
just-
loses the Flare Husk, but I don't think that's super relevant.
Yeah, you can always re-equip it.
You get to trade the Flare Husk token for 2 damage, which is definitely worth it. So,
right, then you can re-equip next turn.
Exactly.
You can go equip, make one a 4/4, make the other 4/4, and call it good.
yeah.
All right. Passes back to Michael. Let's see if he draws a Splinter Twin.
Draws.
There's an island.
This is going to be a Worm Portal engine.
All right, here comes the heavy reinforcements.
And Caleb's hand is 2 Colonnades that will eventually get over the top of that, but not after the Deceiver Exarch has something to say about it.
Caleb's like, wasn't expecting that one.
Blue-red control, I see. With a Spellscape active for that dispatch, eh?
Yeah, exactly. That Spellscape's going to do a great job. So now what is Caleb going to do? How's he going to pull himself out of this mess?
Looks like he drew... It looks like a blue card, but not quite sure.
Let's see. Tapping 3.
Trinket Mage.
Trinket, okay.
Gonna get
Basilisk Collar, maybe?
maybe a Quarter Shield. No, that doesn't do anything.
I think Basilisk Collar is reasonable. That way you can trade
Yeah.
with the tokens, yeah.
There we go.
I like Basilisk Collar. All right, so he's going to play the collar. And where do you think you equip it to, or how do you think you equip this turn?
Well, probably just do a Trinket Mage. You don't want to throw away the best creature you have in play, so.
Yep. And that's exactly what he does. Ships it right over to the mage. Now passes back to Mike. And I think if you're Mike, do you serve or do you just hold and try to assemble your combo?
Have to take a look at what he's got. Well, there's a mountain, so oh, Preordain?
He's
And,
Jace, something else.
Yep. He's probably going to play Jace and Spreading Seas away. Oh, that's a Splinter Twin.
That's a Splinter
Okay,
Twin.
that's enough.
All right, and let's make
That
infinite
is.
creatures. All right, and that's game 1 for Michael Gould's combo deck. Caleb Durward going to have have a pretty good draw to deal with this next one. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Caleb said this matchup was favored. I did not feel like that was the case, and we saw some of the big issue in the first rounds.
Yeah, it seems like the actual combo is very, just very resilient.
Yeah, I mean, it's very resilient, and also I just don't think Caleb's deck is fast enough to,
No, I would agree
deal
with
with it. I mean, unless he'd have to have an insane Pure Steel Paladin draw.
So before we discuss sideboarding, we've got something I want to tell you about. We've got another deck tech lined up for after this round. It's going to be Mike Jacobs' Twin Pod deck, the red, blue, green deck we've been talking about on and off all day. And as far as I can tell, his list is really good for that, and this video is going to be awesome. Mike Jacobs is always the best at, he has explanations for everything, and they're almost always right.
Yeah, listen, if you can just learn to think like Michael Jacob, you'll just be so far ahead of the curve. Definitely going to want to check that out.
Yeah. So looking at sideboarding, Caleb's going to bring in a Spellskite. He's probably going to bring in Feast and Famines or
Okay.
War and Peace. I don't know how he fixes the sword count. Definitely bringing in Dismember. Probably bringing in Negate.
Yeah, Negate's got to come in, right?
Maybe Flash Freeze a couple. I don't know. He needs some interaction.
Yeah, you have to have a way to interact, especially if you think your opponent suspects you have no counter magic.
Okay. And on the other hand, Michael might bring in Pyroclasm. I can see that. Might bring the other Wormhole engine. Maybe Consecrate a Sphinx. It really could go in a lot of different ways. He didn't really see much from Caleb that gives him a great indication of what's going on. Like, even Pyroclasm didn't seem that great that game. Kill a bunch of Flare Husk tokens and it doesn't kill Edge Champion.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's definitely good in some situations. If your opponent has Pure Steel and nothing else, that's good, but that's not going to happen often enough to be relevant, I think.
No, that seems pretty high variance. So we also have standings here. So the 5-0 decks, we have Jay Kendrick with Grixis Twin, Matthew Farney, we saw last round with Red Black Vampires, Hunter Sumter with Boros, Ben Friedman with blue-white aggro control. I'm assuming that's maybe something like Callblade, but it could also not be. Ty Sailors with mono red splashing Naturalize, and I think that says Noxious Revival. James Moffat with Goblins. Ali Antrazi with his Aurora-esque Valakut deck that we featured earlier. David Shields playing Hawkward. Christian Valenti also playing Valakut. Him and Ali are actually a feature match this round. John Sukenik with blue-white Gravitational Shift. Andrew Benazer with Goldatha Red. Plus, is that Revival again?
Yeah.
Really?
There's Revival splashed among these decks.
Really?
According to floor reporter Glenn Jones, some people just like playing Noxious Revival.
We have another blue-white aggro control with Tim Piskowski. Jason Hager is playing Ascension Twin. And then with one draw, we have Jeremy Muir with Suture Sisters.
That's pretty cool. Interesting to see the Soul Sisters, Suture Sisters combo.
Well, it's combo, so we'll probably have the Metamorph part too.
Yeah, it's got combo as well as the ability to beat the twin decks because they can't combo out while you've got a Soul Sister.
Right.
Which is pretty useful. Obviously, they have ways to interact with you. You got to kill them somehow.
Exactly. And then at X1, let's see. We have Alex Bertoncini. Let's see other notable names. John Medina's also X1 currently. Versus Pro, Kyle Neminsky, Aaron Wilburn. Let's see. Mike Long. Nate Pease. Who else am I missing on this list?
I think you hit a lot of the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this match you're watching right now is between two X1s.
Yep. So they're both. The loser of this match is out. So a lot on the line here for Caleb Durward.
Yep.
He says this is a good matchup, but I'm still not buying it. So see how this goes. Looks like the players are looking over the opening sevens. Looks like the players are looking at their opening sevens. And
Michael is sending his right on back, and I'm presuming Caleb kept because he was on the play.
Yep, so Caleb keeps his 7, and I think Caleb's going to need Mike DeMulligan to have the edge here. Maybe after sideboarding it gets really good for Caleb. Game 1 it definitely does not look very good. After sideboarding, he does get a lot of cards out of the board. Dismember, Spellskite, Flash Freeze, Slash Negate, some amount of counter magic.
He also did not see a Pure Soul Paladin in Game 1.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious as to if Caleb tried out Unified Will in this deck. Like, Unified Will just seems so good.
No one talks about that card.
Yeah,
except for everyone who was in Stand 1. That's it.
and Larry Swayze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Caleb leads on a Plains, and that's it?
Yeah. Yeah, Unified Will is awesome. I'm surprised more people play it.
Really good. Yeah.
So, Plains from Caleb Durward, followed by Crack, Fetch Land for an Island from Michael Gould. Likely going to see Preordain or Ponder this turn, I'd imagine.
Probably. My guess is Preordain, but who knows?
I mean, against Valakut and any kind of deck like that where you just need to maintain pressure and then just counter a crucial spell, a card like Unified Will is just incredible for the beatdown decks.
Agree. And that's a Ponder.
All right, Ponder. Granted, I mean, Caleb doesn't have a ton of creatures, but he's got enough to make it work.
He's got Living Weapon, guys.
Yeah, he's got Living Weapon dudes.
This looks like a pretty mediocre stack. But I guess he's keeping. There's a cantrip on top he's going to draw, and he's going to probably fetch again next turn.
All right, passes back to Caleb. What's your Ponder philosophy? All right, so Caleb drops a Glacial Fortress, goes for the Paladin.
Pure Steel Paladin.
There's Pure Steel Paladin. So what's your philosophy? So a lot of people are like, I'll keep it if it's reasonable. Some people are like, if it's not exactly what I want, I'll ship it every time.
All depends on deck.
All depends on deck.
If I would not be happy to draw those cards over my next several turns, I don't keep it.
Spellskite comes down from Michael Gould.
He has a Pyroclasm, but it might just be a little too late.
No red.
To untap.
I don't think Mike has a red, right?
He does not.
I think that's actually all of his lands. All right, so Flare Husk comes down for Caleb. Cantrips to draw a card, and this is where things start getting really nutty for the Pure Steel Paladin
things
deck.
start going a little bit wild.
Just gonna. Every time he plays an equipment, Pure Steel Paladin lets him draw a card, and once he has 3 in play, which isn't very hard to do, he can ship them all over to a creature or any number of creatures that he has, and suit him up for battle. Pretty insane.
Yes.
Let's see what Caleb chooses to do. Looks like his hand is Spellskite and a bunch of cards I can't make out.
Yeah.
All right,
Two
two.
drop. It's gonna play Mortar Pod.
All right, draws another card.
Drew a Seachrome Coast.
All right, and just gonna serve for 2. Michael's gonna block, almost surely.
Yeah. You might have some concern that there's like a post-combat Mox Opal that results in trading Spellskite for Germ tokens.
What would the Mox Opal do?
Metalcraft. Free equips.
Oh, so you can Mortar Pod. If you Mortar Pods both his Germ tokens away, that's probably fine.
Nah, but then Pure Steel Paladin's free, so like, he doesn't really lose it.
That's fair, that's fair.
So here we're gonna see a Preordain, probably looking for a red source. Which,
I think, is that Evolving Wilds or Tectonic Edge? That looks like Tectonic Edge to me.
yes, I don't think either of those is gonna cut it.
Yeah, he doesn't have Evolving Wilds. It's got to be Tectonic Edge. I think he has to ship both.
Yeah.
Or maybe keeps the edge. Or keeps the island.
He does have Mana Leak, and Pure Steel does trigger and comes into play, so he could, in theory, hold off a sword that way.
Yeah. Is that an Into the Royal in Mike's hand as well?
I can't see his hand.
I think it might be the middle card. I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Let's see. So Caleb picks up a new card. And let's see. Now the question is for Caleb. What does he want to do? I think he has got 2 lands and a Spellskite. I can't quite make out what the other 3 cards are. Maybe it's only 1 land Spellskite.
There's at least a Seachrome Coast and a Spellskite.
Yeah. I think it might be 2 lands.
Thinking about which card he wants to play.
Alright, serves with those 2. I might guess figure out how to block.
Yeah.
Alright, blocks Pure Steel Paladin.
I don't think that was right. I think you want to block the Flare Husk. It's probably not worth the 2 damage that he has in Mox Opal last turn, but on this turn it could be any artifact. Caleb has a Trinket Mage is what it is.
Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage could be pretty good here. You could find that Quarter Shield, turn everything on.
Draw a card.
Draw a card.
I mean, that's assuming Trinket Mage resolves, which
It
likely won't.
Yeah.
Or he lets Trinket Mage resolve, gets the Quarter Shield, and then responds to a Quarter Shield into the rolls of the Pure Steel Paladin, which then is in Mana Leak range. That sounds like a better one.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a scrappy pile of cards that Pure Steel Paladin in play.
Yeah, it's, you know...
Really
I got an 0-1, a 1-1, and Trinket Mage.
Alright, so there's Trinket Mage. See if Michael goes for the Mana Leak.
Looks like Caleb is an Etch champion as well.
Okay. Sounds about right. Alright, yeah, Michael's going to quickly Mana Leak that.
Yeah.
And then Caleb plays at Seachrome Coast and is going to pass the turn.
Looks like Caleb also has a Spellskite, a champion. Let's see, that's what I got. That Pyroclasm's still just sitting there.
If Michael can find a
Waiting.
red source...
He's got to do it before Caleb gets to do anything else, though.
Yeah,
Because then the Paladin gets to a 3-3 and it's over.
Do you still like keeping that island?
I don't think you can justify that, really.
I mean, I understand that you need lands, right? But if you really need a mountain above all else.
Yeah, exactly.
If you find a mountain there, you're just so ridiculously far ahead.
That's the Treasure Mage right there in the hand.
Huh.
That is that promo art Treasure Mage. I think his other cards are Wormcoils and Pyroclasms.
Yeah, I think he's got double Plasm. And it looks like he's going to pass the turn. Leaves up potential counter magic mana, leaves up into the royal mana.
Yeah.
Alright, now it's a matter of Caleb. He goes back into the tank, trying to figure out what he's going to do.
He's got another Flare Husk. He's got some lands.
Got a Spellskite.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of an awkward interaction with Into the Royal and Pure Steel Paladin, because it actually shuts off the card draw when you do it. Because when Pure Steel triggers on it comes into play, you just bounce in response, and it's just not in play anymore. making that Flare Husk look a little bit more embarrassing.
Alright, there's the Flare Husk. Alright, comes in. Let's Caleb draw a card.
It's a sword if he's spamming.
That's a good one. Do you think you just jam that one now if you're Caleb Durward? Alright, he's gonna.
Well, he's gonna gun down the Spellskite first.
Alright, kill Spellskite. See if Michael got any responses.
So into the world his own Spellskite.
Alright, so Mike saved his Spellskite.
There's also a sort of body in mine in Caleb's hand.
Okay, now yeah, Caleb started to lurch ahead and retch away this game. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now this Pure Steel Paladin picks up everything, right?
Plays an Inkmoth Nexus.
Yep.
And yep, Pure Steel Paladin gets pretty big pretty quickly. He's gonna share the level a little bit. Alright.
Yeah. Pro Blue's probably all you need.
Pro Blue seems like a good place to be. Alright, Michael Gould untaps. Draws. Combust. Not gonna do it.
Please report to the main event stage, please.
Taps 2.
Spellskite.
Yeah, there's Spellskite again. Man, so I mean, Michael can maybe block a little bit, but not looking good for him.
Not look very promising.
No, I mean, especially because Caleb has another sword in his hand, right? I think is that a dispatch?
Dismember, I think.
Or dismember.
Tap that.
Tap the
Inkmoth
Nexus.
Nexus and paid some 4 life there.
Sure. So if Caleb has another sword, he can even go activate Inkmoth Nexus, equip both to the Nexus, serve for 5 poison. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, especially because he's tapped down. Well, I guess he's just going for regular damage.
Go big or go home.
I think Michael Gould's trying to say that that token dies, but it's also a mortar pod.
Yeah. No, it is +0, +1. Which is fortunate for Caleb Durward. Nice little interaction with that, with all the equipment there. You're able to move things around for free, mortar potting stuff away.
Doing everything you ever want. Yeah.
Yeah. When Pierce still gets active, it gets
free mana and free cards. What could be better?
That seems like a pretty good recipe. All right, so Mike's gonna mill 10 cards.
Taking 6 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 6. Yep.
Milled an Exarch. And
Not much else. A bunch of lands looks like, which actually could be pretty relevant.
Splinter Twin. Oh, he milled the Mindslaver. Now Caleb knows.
Now the jig is up.
Now he can't get it with Treasure Mage either. Yeah.
Down comes S Champion, and ships all the equipment over to S Champion.
Yeah, that guy's gonna take this down.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's like, we're
Seen
done
enough here.
Yeah, we're done here. All right, so we're gonna head into Game 3. So Caleb was able to take that one down. It felt like it was mostly because of a pretty poor draw on Michael Gould's part.
Yeah.
If he said the Pyroclasm there, it would have been rough
Right.
waters.
I think that these twisted images might make an appearance because of that Spellskite though.
Yeah.
Right on time to show that information. 1.
Oh man, yeah, the one Spellskite.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting to see how this is played out. I mean, it's fun watching Caleb's deck play. Pure Steel Paladin is just so insane when it comes online.
Oh yeah. That was the problem with the deck I always had. Was like, yes, you want to tap with Pure Steel, you win. No, you don't. Oh well, I've got a bunch of Flare Husks. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, how do you solve the Flare Husk problem? And it seems like Caleb's tried to use blue to make it a little more consistent. Play a couple different things going on. He's got the Trinket Mage package, for example, but.
It seems like the kind of deck that Caleb likes to play, like survival, like, yeah, you have survival online, you kill them, you don't have survival online, you gotta grind them away with, like, 2/2s and,
Or like the Black-White deck in Legacy, right?
Oh, well, that doesn't have a card that wins the game, you just gotta grind them away every time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, Dark Confidant is pretty close. I mean, it's not gonna win you, or him is also kind of close, if you hit the right cards.
I don't know about that. If you hit the right cards. Adam Yurchik was complaining about him after the Grand Prix. It's like, it's actually just gambling every time you cast it. It's just like, spin the dice, lose this game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you hit my 2 lands, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you hit my Lion's Eye Diamond and my Infernal Tutor. That's great. Oh, you hit my land and my extra cantrip. You're dead.
Yeah. I mean, as made me play Storm a lot. I'm sure you know about getting pinned and like make sure you don't get your important pieces getting rid of. Like, cause that
Yeah,
is,
I try real hard to make the dice roll my way.
yeah. You're like looking, you're like, all right, come on one, come on one.
Listen, you just raise your hand and you move them as the like Jedi trick it. That's all you got to do.
Jedi mind trick the dice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. Oh man. Or like, did you ever play with Hit Run back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, not Hit Run, Rise Fall.
No.
Yeah, falling them was always like even bigger gambling. So it was like, all right, I can't hit any of their lands. It's either gonna be insane or do nothing.
Yeah.
The trick was obviously you just learn to play it only after they miss a land drop. So you'd always hit 2 spells.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they'd miss land drops on purpose once they knew.
Definitely him the guy, or I did
Fold.
that to a guy once. Fold the guy who only had like 1 spell in his hand. He's like missed a land drop on me. And it just like showed 2 lands, and I was like, "All right, you got me." Like,
Yeah, that's a real good get. I don't know what to say.
man. All right, so players shuffled up. Want to make sure they have enough time for the 3rd game.
Yep.
So see what happens here. Christian Valenti just walked by. He is 6-0 currently.
Defeated Ali Antrazi in the Ouroboros Valakut mirror.
Man.
The true master comes out ahead.
Christian Valenti sure knows how to play his Valakuts and his Primeval Titans.
And draw them.
And draw them. And all that, too. As Arilax found out.